Hello, the Coastal and Heartland National Estuary Partnership is proud to share this video update of our work to support the town of Fort Myers Beach's water and wildlife protection efforts. First, just a little bit about the CHNP for those of you who may not be familiar with us. We were formed back in 1995 when Congress designated estuaries in their watersheds from Donna Bay to Estero Bay in Southwest Florida as estuaries of national significance. And we were then folded into the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency's National Estuary Program. As you can see on this map, we are one of 4 National Estuary Program organizations of Florida and one of 28 throughout the United States. As such, we receive annual federal funding from Congress to assist in the protection and restoration of water resources and wildlife habitat in the CHNP area. The CHNP area covers over 5,000 square miles outlined here, including 10 counties and 27 cities. The town of Fort Myers Beach sits in our southwest portion of our service area. The CHNP exemplifies the power of partnerships as a private-public partnership that is science and consensus-based, non-regulatory, and citizen-supported. Because of private and non-federal governmental contributions, volunteers, and donated in-kind services, we've been able to provide $19 worth of restoration for every federal dollar we receive. We greatly appreciate the town of Fort Myers Beach's continued active participation and financial support towards contributing to the partnership. The CHNP supports the implementation of the Comprehensive Conservation and Management Plan, the 5-year organizational strategic plan collectively drafted by all of our partners. The CCMP has 4 action plans focusing on water quality improvement, hydrological restoration, fish, wildlife, and habitat protection, and public engagement. You should have received a mailed copy of this coffee table style book, but please feel free to let us know if you'd like additional copies, and it is also electronically available at the chnep.org website. It's an excellent resource and reference on the natural resources and resource management needs in our region. The CHNP is working to serve the town of Fort Myers Beach's needs and to meet its goals with numerous town of Fort Myers Beach plan objectives and policies aligning with the CHNP CCMP. First, the CHNP is aiding Fort Myers Beach's efforts to improve water quality in water bodies surrounding the town of Fort Myers Beach. CHNP supports comprehensive and coordinated water quality monitoring and projects and programs that reduce pollutants entering waterways. One such project that the CHNP is funding to assist this objective is contributing more than $90,000 annually to the Coastal Charlotte Harbor Monitoring Network, which extends down to include the San Carlos Bay and Estero Bay watersheds. This data is essential in tracking water quality conditions for improving water management, informing decision makers on where and how to focus resources to improve water quality. Another project that the CHNP funds annually is the CHNP Water Atlas website, which collects all publicly accessible water quality data and puts it together with analytical tools and other resources to assist water managers and public stakeholders in accessing and interpreting information about local water quality conditions. This site is being continually upgraded and expanded and requires more than $50,000 a year to maintain. Additionally, the CHNP is working to improve estuaries and bays, including tidal flats, oyster bars, and tidal creeks. CHNP supports watershed planning and hydrologic restoration to provide appropriate water levels and flows to these natural systems. One such project that the CHNP is currently funding and overseeing is the South Lee County Watershed Initiative Hydrological Modeling Project, which encompasses the Estero River, Spring Creek, and Imperial River watersheds that flow into the Estero Bay Aquatic Preserve. CHNP is providing more than $195,000 towards data analysis and modeling to develop a science-based surface groundwater hydrological restoration planning tool that will complement Lee County's stormwater wet season modeling in providing us the dry season water levels and flows that are needed to support our natural systems. Another way that the CHNP is working to protect wetlands and environment sensitive lands is providing economic data that shows the positive economic benefits of doing so. This past year, CHNP contracted independent economists to complete an in-depth study to determine the economic value of natural resources protection and management in the CHNP area. They collected and analyzed copious amounts of economic data across multiple sectors to tease out only those that were directly tied to natural resources, and determined that the natural resources in the CHNP area total more than 13.6 billion in economic output annually, generating 3.8 billion in regional income and 146 million in local and state tax revenues. This in turn supports 148,000 jobs. The economic study also divided the total results into the separate water basin areas in the CHNP area. For the Estero Bay Basin, which includes portions of Lee County, illustrated in the dark orange in this map, the primary economic sectors were tourism and agriculture. The natural resource protection and restoration in the Estero Basin generate 1.48 billion in economic benefits, 964 million in property value premiums, 26 million in agricultural production, and 1.5 billion in recreational spending. We also have the economic results from other basins in Lee County, such as the San Carlos Bay, Pine Island Matlacha Pass, and Caloosahatchee River basins, in the full report and fact sheets for this study available at the chnp.org website. Finally, the CHNP is aiding the town of Fort Myers Beach's efforts to preserve and conserve wildlife and native habitats. CHNP supports the protection and management of critical natural habitat areas. CHNP recently hired a team of environmental experts to create a master habitat restoration needs plan for the region, which compiles all existing habitat plans and integrates cutting-edge climate science on habitat migration in response to sea level rise to identify areas that are needed to preserve important wildlife habitat now and into the future. The private habitat preservation conservation areas outlined here in blue, when combined with the existing public management restoration areas outlined in green, illustrate the landscape level habitat corridors and areas that are needed to sustain our native wildlife and endangered species. Zooming into the Estero Bay Basin, you can see in this left map all the privately owned preservation conservation opportunities that exist. On the right map are the publicly owned areas, with 40,000 acres suitable for enhancement and 2,000 acres suitable for restoration to improve their habitat values. We additionally have the results for the other basins in Lee County in this full report, also on the chnp.org website. Finally, we want to say that your participation in the CHNP is absolutely essential to helping us to understand how to best serve your needs. We have our policy committee of appointed agency officials and elected leaders, our management committee of staff directors and lead staff, our Citizens Advisory Committee of community leaders, and our Technical Advisory Committee of technical staff and scientists, each which meet 3 times a year. Currently, the town of Fort Myers Beach is represented on all of our committees, and on the Citizens Advisory Committee is represented by way of its Lee County representative. We thank you for your participation in the CHNP. If you'd like more information, please go to our website, chnp.org, or email us at chnp@chnp.org, or feel free to contact me directly, Jennifer Hecker, Executive Director of the Coastal and Heartland National Estuary Partnership. Thank you so much.